Here. Good to see you all tonight.
We've got someone from Guam.
Yes, we've got Kevin from Guam. Greg, it's amazing. This thing is really starting to light up. Not that it already hasn't, but there's something called the tipping point in business, and I think we're there, brother.
Well, I've been sensing that for the last 2 weeks, ever since Stuttgart, Greg. I've just noticed just this tremendous resurgence in the business. I think we're all anticipating that the September 15th, all the stuff coming out of Stuttgart. And I think, quite frankly, this white paper coming alive when the blockchain gets put on, and the thing we've been hoping to be a living entity, we're just around the corner, and we're now, it's tangible. And that's being reflected in the.
Beautiful. Well, everybody, for those of you who are new to this organization, Greg and I got started at this almost 6 years ago. He came up to me at church, not listening to the sermon, but he held up a card with a chip of gold in it and said, "How would you like to help the world save gold?" And I was a gold bug. I did some research, and ever since that time, I've been involved. And Greg and I have been two peas in a pod, circulating this thing around the world. Now, this is called the final countdown to. Why? We thought that this pre-sale ended in the 3rd of September, and the company has graced us again, and we're now open in September. There's a big event happening this weekend in Europe, and we're going to find out some more juicy data. But we're doing a run right now, and we're going to tell you about it. So let's introduce what this whole thing is about. This is an asset building platform. Now I want you to remember that term, an asset building platform that preserves, builds, and duplicates your wealth. Listen, I don't care where you're at in your financial life. I don't care if you've lost it all or you've done well. Greg and I have an amazing opportunity for you today. So pick up your pen and a piece of paper and start to take some notes. Now, this whole thing is already recorded. We will even record this tonight, but you want to write down what twigs your mind. What do you like about this? And then you're also going to have some questions. So be a great student tonight, okay? Now, Greg, I just got back from Germany, and they graced all the Gold Director elites, that's the top of the food chain here at Karatbars, with an amazing time. And we were there, we got treated like kings, and more importantly, we found out some information that's very significant. And I cannot tell you exactly the information, everybody, because I'm under a non-disclosure agreement, but I'm going to allude to it. I'm going to bring some excitement, because by the end of this coming weekend, you're going to hear about it. And I'm telling you, as Karatbars went from here to here, 2018 to today, so will it be for this next round. And you're going to find out why, okay? Greg, you know, one of the themes in Germany that kept coming up is, this is real, man, this is real. I still get people coming up to me, Greg, saying, hey, is this real? Man, it's as real can be. We were touching buildings, we were touching the golden brick wall, we were touching corporate stuff, we were touching each other.
Well, it was really interesting, Greg. Obviously, there's a bunch of stuff out there saying that, you know, alluding that it's a, you know, green screen and there's illusion. And a lot of the guys were trolling those guys, you know, banging into the building, and, you know, there's the printing presses and, you know, opening and closing the doors. It was actually quite funny. But yeah, and it was more than that. They were just counteracting that. There was a level of enthusiasm. A lot of the guys was their first visit to the headquarters.
Right.
Some of the guys had been in business 2 or 3 years, and to actually be there and see the printing presses and see corporate and meet some of the top guys who are really making it happen. A totally different vibe than you can get off, you know, even off YouTube.
Hugely different. Well, Greg, Fran, Christy, and I were there in 2014 when this thing just started getting going. It was nothing like this. So here I am in front of the Welcome to Headquarters sign with the Gold Director Elite Group. And there I am with this gentleman's name is Joseph Height. He's a mining billionaire and a banking expert, and he has brought so much to Karatbars. So he's pretty real. walks around with a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
And this is our tech genius, and I'm not joking when I say that. This guy is a genius. Watch for the name Ovidio Toma. He's behind all the technology at Karatbars, which you're going to hear a little bit about tonight. Okay, here's Harold Seitz, and you know, Greg, since you and I have been involved with him, I mean, you don't just trust people, right? I have really grown to trust this man. This is my third personal meeting with him at corporate. Plus, I've met with him 2 or 3 other times. Him and the whole corporate team, just amazing. I think he's got something to say here, Greg. Let's see.
So, hello guys from China. Yeah, we are here in Stuttgart in our headquarters with 150 people, and my company exists since 2011, and we developed a lot of things with gold, and now we have a payment system. Yes, you see, everything is real, and this guy is with me together here. Very good, Stuttgart in our headquarters. Yeah. Thank you very much, and see you soon. Maybe you come here and see what is happened here. Yeah, thank you very much. Good. Feeling down. It's very good. It's very good. Yeah, good.
So, Greg, you know, a lot of the crypto companies try to find a brick and mortar building where they find them. Try to find the principals. Try to get help from them.
Try to find anything online. Try to find a 1-800 number. It's you know, you can find the white paper and you can make Wikipedia the principles, but that's about as far as it's going. I noticed, Greg, in a lot of the videos people were taking, Harold Seitz was spending a lot of time just milling with the affiliates, you know, so that people could come up and, you know, not only take pictures but ask questions and just get a sense, you know, that sort of availability. And I mean, it wasn't just in the first night, it was throughout the whole event, and the team, the leadership team. Very important for everyone to get that person-to-person contact, get a couple of those burning questions answered, and I really appreciate his openness.
Greg, I was talking to a gentleman today, and he did really well with a affiliate marketing company, and but then the CEO ended up wealthy and had a big ego, changed everything and blew up the company. So all those affiliates, you know, they were left out in the cold. I am not seeing that here. If anything, I'm seeing improvement in personality and leadership. I teach leadership, right? And I'm seeing the whole corporate team progressing as individual people, as well as how the company is moving, right?
Well, we're getting in this whole new thing, you know, that coming from a gold company, which is very simple. I mean, the logistics behind it, you sent the money, you got the gold, you know, there really wasn't a lot of need for a lot of support. You know, every time we sent money, we would get gold, we would get a check. It was all good and fairly simple and no turbulence. But now it's like, you know, with this whole new world, we're doing stuff here now for the first time that has never been done before. And so they're having to grow not only from a technical side, but a support side. And there is a line of maturity, but it's got to be awfully challenging with the exponential growth. We went from 450,000 to over 750,000 distributors in 1 year. And we've got all these new businesses coming on. So I think one of the fellows sort of said it all. He said, what they have done in 2 years, most companies would have taken 10.
That's correct. That's correct. Okay, let's keep this moving along, Greg. So here's a video of me and the printing press.
Here, I'm actually right here in Karatbars headquarters at the place where they're assembling, producing the cash gold. And let's look at it. There it is coming out. So how about that? You saw it live.
Yeah. Did you slip in a sheet or two into your suitcase?
All right, now here's where they're packing the gold, right? And I was walking by this guy, Greg, and you know how the theme of the conference was real, right?
Right.
I'm walking by, this guy's giving a tour, and my ears perk up. So for what he said. So I went back and I said, can you repeat into the camera what you just told that tour group? So here it is.
Well, hey, it's Dr. Greg Gary, and I'm here downstairs at Karatbars with Bern. Bern is the one that assembles and sends out these very real cards. Bern, I overheard you say something. You said, this is real. Can you comment on that to the people around the world?
Yeah. Listen, people out there, Karatbars is real. So real as I'm talking to you right now. And we are slave away every day for you, just for you.
Yeah.
And we are here for you because Karatbars is real. Okay?
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, Bern. Thank you for all your hard work. Really appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Sorry, I'll try to find someone more passionate next time. Isn't that great? Okay.
Well, you know, the interesting thing on that, Greg, is I was on the receiving end of one of those packages.
Yeah.
And I was out with a crew out in Chilliwack, and I hadn't opened it up. I had gone straight from the office out to we were setting up a bunch of 2FA and had about 15 people in the room. And I got that package, and they had just seen that video. So it was sort of like a real-time scenario. We tore open that FedEx box, and beautifully packed was this beautiful case. I'll grab it here in a second. And it's amazing. When you actually tangibly see it in your hand, it's another level of reality that this is real.
Yeah, good. Just a message to Joanne Kwan. Joanne, we're going to keep this really conversational. We want to build personality and relationship into these programs. So we can do short videos. They can watch short videos. Okay, so hey, another theme, Greg, that came out in Germany was, and this came from 2 top corporate staff, we're making the rules. So what are we doing here, everybody? You're going to see in a minute that we live in a world of the government banking and currency system, and we have to play in that game. But you're going to start figuring out tonight that we are able to merge into our own system. Yeah, you can keep one foot in the other, that's fine. But you're going to see that we're going to start making the rules. So let me just review some of the things that were said. And this is a summary by Brian McGinty, who I've become friends with. He's one of the top leaders in the world. Karatbars is about to become a household name. Now listen, Greg, there's an announcement coming out in a week. I cannot reveal it. All I can tell you is that this line will be true. I hope that gets everybody excited. Okay? And then also earning potential, earning power, both by owning the crypto coin, the gold-backed crypto coin, and being in the business side if you want, okay? And we're going to move faster in the next 6 months than we have in the previous 9 years. So some of you might be thinking, oh my goodness, I wish I got into this 5 years ago or 3 years ago like Greg and Greg. Don't worry about it. You're here now. You have an amazing opportunity, okay? And also, this line is coming true, Greg. I am getting calls, and some of them are on the call tonight. I got a call from Guam. I got a call from Papua New Guinea. I got a call from Florida, unsolicited. So, ladies and gentlemen, even if you're just getting involved, you want to think about this. How can my friends, family, and associates find me? Because Karatbars is going to become a household name, and they're going to be looking for it. And the only way to get into this system is through another person. It's an affiliate marketing program. You need to have a referral. Okay.
Yep.
And yeah, millionaires, many new millionaires have arrived already, actually, from the beginning of 2018. But again, it's not too late. We're going to have millionaires and billionaires. Okay. So everyone, just know Greg and I are not financial planners. What we're doing tonight is we are attempting to represent the company as best we can. You can't hold us liable and you can't hold them liable, okay? You got to find out the true facts of this for yourself. Feel free to verify everything that's said tonight, okay? Well, Greg, we continue. Oh, by the way, I got a cool new slide to show you all tonight. We continue to have a problem in the world. And what is it, Greg?
Well, at the turn of the century, the central banks took over the printing of money. And ever since they've been doing that, they've been manipulating the value of it. Nixon took off the gold standard in '71. You now have a dollar that used to fill a cart full of groceries that's now barely filling a basket. And it continues to do so. And there seems to be no end in sight. And now the world's waking up to the fact, because it's now hurting them in their pocketbooks. And quite frankly, Greg, the way that this showed up to me, I mean, my tipping point when I really became real for me is it used to take me $85 to fill my van full of gas. It now takes me $110. So that's pain. And something is going on there, and people are saying, what the heck is going on? And when they dig a little bit deeper, they find out about the printing of money and the devaluation and inflation.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, here's another slide I found today. It's not just the American dollar, Greg. It's because the American have printed quantitative easy. I mean, the printing presses were running 24/7 to bail out banks and all kinds of reasons, but it's caused the rest of the world to have to print too. So the whole world is printing this paper stuff without backing it with more gold. And of course, what's going to happen is every currency around the world has been devalued. Not just a little bit, but a lot. Doesn't matter what nation you're in, you're seeing a devaluation of currency. There's the money supply of the United States, Greg. It went vertical in 2008 because it had to, bailing out banks, etc. Okay, so here's a salient example of a basket of goods, right? And this is from 1980 right up to 2015. But look at the far right column. It's the calculation of the percent increase in price. And look where it goes from 250% to 1,000%.
And Greg, the difference between 250 and 2020 is take that house value.
Yeah.
What home in Vancouver can you buy for 823? You need to put a 1 in front of that.
Crazy. Well, Greg, it wouldn't be so bad if we could give a positive answer to this next question. Did your income go up an average of 675%?
Yeah, not even close.
Not even close. I mean, I just got back from the Philippines and all points Asia and Germany and Florida. It's all, people just shake their heads, right?
You know, Greg, you couldn't even put a dot after the 7. Not even 67%. You know?
So in the world of economics, we say this: your real income has gone down over the past decade. And that's the problem. Well, let's talk about real money. That's what this is all about. That's what Karatbars is about. Real money is gold. It's a safe store of value. It's an asset that can be saved and retrieved and exchanged, and it's predictable. You know, currencies, fiat currencies, paper currencies are not predictable. Greg, I love this example. Tell us about the red pickup truck.
Well, the reality of this is this, guys. Grandfather bought a pickup truck on his 16th birthday, $1,000 US, and this over about $1,000 US. If you were to actually try and buy that with that same $1,000 today, you wouldn't even come close. You wouldn't even get the wheels. However, if Grandpa had paid for that in gold, it would have taken about 30 ounces of gold. Well, if you took that 30 ounces gold, went down to Vancouver gold bullion, you get about 40,000 US for it, which would be about 42,000. So you would at least get some way, shape, or form to something that resembled a pickup truck and not just the wheels.
So the moral of the story is gold holds its buying power. And we can do this example. Oh, I'm going to hold this next slide. You're going to love this. We can do that with clothing. We can do it with houses. That if we kept the paper currency in gold, you could buy the same thing from 50 to 100 years ago. And we can just give so many historical examples to prove that. Look at this that came in today into my inbox. Look carefully at this. This is,
wow.
These are all the major currencies of the world. Now look, see how they all started equity with gold? But look at the devaluation of the German mark, the Reichsmark, the US dollar, pound sterling, yen, the current modern day Deutsche Mark, the ECU, the European Economic. I mean, look at this. And it's all going to where? I mean, it's not at zero in value, but comparatively, it might as well be.
Yeah.
Folks, I mean, can you get this? Can you have your, I mean, I had an 18-year-old kid in here today, still going to high school. He gets this. He goes, yeah, Dr. G, I see it. I get it. I want to help my friends and family understand this and get gold. Wow.
This is amazing, Greg.
That is an amazing chart. We don't have to say anything else if we could just show this chart tonight. So our job here is just to get it into you that gold holds its buying power. So Greg, let's talk about banking, right? So in the days of old, people would gather their real money, gold or silver, precious metals, right? It got dangerous. You know, they want to keep it in their house, or it got too heavy. They put it in a bank, right? And the bank would give them a note, and they would go around buying things with their notes, right? But Greg, where was the real wealth?
The real wealth was actually in the bank in those gold coins.
So Farmer John, who was paid maybe 5 of these notes, could always go back to the bank, get his real money, okay? And that was proper banking. You know, the banking went out and loaned out the gold and make money, but that was their business. That's fine, as long as you get your money back, okay? Now remember this chart. Remember this graphic, because we're going to do an overlay on it a little later on that's going to blow your mind, okay? All right, let's talk about Karatbars. Greg, you introduced this to me. What were we doing in the first 5 years?
First 5 years is very simple. We were taking that failing currency and exchanging it for gold that we could all afford, and then encouraging other people to do that. And as a result of that, we were getting commissions and we're getting our gold paid for. A simple and beautiful plan, which I encourage all you guys, if you're not doing it, to continue to do that.
And we started off with the cards, Greg, 1 gram, 2.5 gram, 5 grams in a card, right? And now we even have cash gold right down to 1/10 of a gram. Greg, when I take these things to China and Asia, I don't return home with them. People want them.
Well, I was, like I say, that's not China and Asia. That's called Chilliwack. I went out to Chilliwack, and although I had a stack, when I came home, I was a pauper.
I did a Filipino
reorder
meeting in Surrey, and I came back with my 10 from Las Vegas, because that was the history-making event, folks, because you're going to see that this crypto is tradable with real gold. I came back with my 10 grams, one meeting, gone.
Yeah, so if you want to double your money, get gold, and that blue one there, that's $5 worth of gold. That was going for $10 out in Chilliwack, and the next one, that's a 20, and that was, you know. So if you want to make some quick cash fast, get some cash gold and sell it to your downline.
Or show up to one of Greg's meetings.
Or show up to
Okay, well, listen, not everybody, Greg, I'm still finding people that don't understand cryptocurrency. The first cryptocurrency came out in 2008, everybody. It's something called Bitcoin, okay? And what is it? It's through a technology called blockchain. It's transactions through a blockchain, digital transactions. So someone came up to me, Greg, and said, hey, how would you like to buy some Bitcoin? I go, what's that? Basically, it's digits. So you want me to trade my paper currency, which is already almost worthless, for something even less worthless? Well, I said no. Greg, did you say no?
I wasn't even asked.
Okay. Well, if someone had asked you and you put in 1,000 US, you would have had $69 million now, Greg. But you missed it, I missed it, and most of the people on this call missed it. Okay, so that's history. Maybe there's another chance. 2018, Greg, what happened?
Well, 2018, our gold business, which should have had it exploded, because traditionally when money failed, people were getting to gold. We noticed that the gold sales weren't spiking. With a bit of figuring out, we discovered that it was all going into the crypto. So our CEO came to us last year and said, the market wants crypto. How would you like me to build a crypto when you take that to the marketplace? But the unique thing about this crypto is it's going to be backed by gold. Well, he put that email out to 450,000 affiliates that are buying gold from him. A large percentage of them said, yes, we will support you. And in 3 months, they ended up buying over 100 million euros worth of crypto from him because it was gold backed. in the crypto space, it was one of the largest amount of monies raised for a white paper in the shortest period of time. And this coin has been setting records ever since. Absolutely incredible. And now we've got a situation where the crypto world is demanding almost every single article, Greg, that I've been talking about to these guys earlier. Yeah. And they're talking about money going into gold or crypto. They're saying it's have to be backed by gold. And that's been a conversation that's just been occurring in the last 6 weeks. Anytime crypto's talked about, in order to make it real, it needs to be backed by gold. And every time I hear that, I smile, because it's just a matter of time they hear about this KBC coin of ours. Absolutely.
We're still under 1 million, folks, but we are at a tipping point. And Greg, you know, back a year ago, this outrageous promise was made. Nobody does this. Nobody says, yeah, you're going to be able to convert your stock into this amount or this crypto into this amount. But Harold Seitz did it, and he did it because HSBC backed the amount of gold that we have in our mines. Yeah, we have mines. This is real, folks. This is not just a coin backed by gold. You're gonna find out we have a whole system here. We've got well, here's a graphic of the mine in Guinea, and we have another one in Madagascar, and another one. Where's the other one? South Africa, I believe. Right, Greg?
Papua New Guinea, Madagascar, Guinea.
Yeah, and maybe. Well, I can't say anything. Okay.
Well, here's what we know. Here's what we do know. Joseph Heitz, who you're going to be showing in a second, has been in the gold mine acquisition business for over 25 years. And if I know anything about Joseph Heitz, he's an ambitious man.
Yes, tremendous, tremendous. So let's see what's next. Here's Joseph Heitz. You know, Greg, when a company does something very well with credibility for years, other good people come along. And we've heard about Joseph Heitz tonight. Yeah, okay, he's a billionaire and a mining expert and a banking expert, but I can tell you, he's a good man. And he's walking right alongside Harold Seitz now. He's chairman of the board, and the two of them just make a great team and propelling this company. He took this to Asia, and we got listed on more exchanges because of his influence, right? And now here we are in Hong Kong back in March of this year. And instead of putting kilograms of gold into that vault, we were putting tons of gold. And Greg, you allude to a video that's out there that's 1 hour and 15 minutes long, and they show the Brinks trucks driving up to the building and the well, I wouldn't call it fanfare, but guards around it. Hey, it's real. We're putting gold in vaults.
And that's one of the things I really appreciate about Harold Seitz. We were talking at the beginning of this, how difficult it is to do due diligence on most crypto. What I love about what Harold Seitz does, anything significant, whether it's any of the launches, he will sit there with a crew and videotape it and put it on YouTube. And so when I saw this, not only did it, you know, because I mean, I trusted him, but there's something about, you know, I think Ronald Reagan said, trust but verify. Well, when there's a YouTube video that's done in plain sight, what I got from this is I look at that back stack in the corner there of those gold bars, and I know that if I ask Karatbars International to turn that into my cash gold, that for my coin and redeem it, I've got gold in a vault that I can get out for every one of my coins, about 40 cents worth of gold. Fired up about that.
Beautiful. Those are yours 3 at the top there, Greg?
Well, I'm not sure if 3 would cover it, but yeah.
Okay. So you who are new to the world of crypto, you may not know this, but there's been over 2,000 cryptos that have come and gone. Many of them scams, and others just didn't work. And we have over 2,000 on the market right now. And Greg, they go up and down like a sine wave curve. It's a trader's dream. Well, I'm not a trader, and I don't think you are either. And most of the people on these calls aren't traders. They just want something solid that's not going to devalue. And I told you at the beginning, this is actually an asset that will value up, and we'll show you why very soon. But we had our coin. Okay, it had a little volatility, but generally we've got an uptrending coin. Now that's the first coin, and you're not involved in that now. That's not the offering right now, but we get to use that as a salient example of, hey, here's a company that has a cryptocurrency backed by gold with steady progress. Comments, Greg?
Yeah, it's you know, the thing about the KBC in that market, when everything was going down, it started to trend up, and that trend got some attention and brought us a lot of interest. So, you know, companies like Forbes magazine noticed it, and companies like some of the major players started to notice not only the crypto space, but what is the coin that's performing in the blockchain.
Yeah. Well, Greg, you hear these crazy stories in the stock market and in the world of crypto, and you know, out there in the world, when you're putting your money into something, if you get a 10% lift in a year or a 20% lift in a year, hey, you're doing really well. What happened with this guy?
Well, we've all been trying to put some money aside for the last 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And I'm not sure about you guys, but most of us, that didn't work out so well. And we were all looking for a miracle. We all needed a miracle. We needed to we don't have another 20 years to try to recoup. So I define this as a financial miracle. Last year, 20,000 US would have got you 2.2 million coins at about a penny. Those coins 14 months later were worth over 300,000 US, and that could be redeemed for gold. Now, I don't know about you guys, if you looked in the Webster Dictionary financial dictionary under financial miracle, but I think that would qualify.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so that was with the KBC. And, but hey, you know what? You missed it. Listen, we're not trying to be coy here. You know, we've got something exciting here for you today. So we just want to show you that, you know, by being first, it can really make a difference. So you get a chance to be first again today.
Well, the good thing about baseball is you get 3 strikes. So there's 2 strikes, Guy.
There we go.
And
well said.
What we're going to do here is going to pitch you a really, really slow ball. And we want you to hit it out of the park, but that's going to be your choice.
That's a good one. Here comes a slow ball. Okay. Well, look, let's talk about the financial system, right? I mean, when I talk to large audiences, I say, how many of you just love paying bank fees, which are out of control these days? I mean, I pay $30 a month on an account. That's outrageous, you know? And also, how many of you love having banks looking all over your statements and they tell you if you can buy a home or not? You like that? Well, also in the world of crypto, those who have crypto, they are somewhat frustrated because of the inability to use crypto out there in the world. Well, good news. Karatbars has created a system to overcome the banking issues and fully utilize cryptocurrencies in the retail space. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is absolutely massive. Welcome to Karatbars 3.0. Let's talk about the system. Remember we said this was an ecosystem? Well, here's a graphic of what this is. So what we're talking about here, this coin that we're offering that's currently at the end of pre-sale is called the Karat Coin Bank coin. Karat Coin Bank, KCB. It's already worth over $1.2 billion. Why? Because we own a mine, and then we've got some base capital going on. But what's going to happen with this coin, what's going to happen with this coin is we are going to see that coin valuing up. Why? Because we have something called profit wheels. We are launching a digital stock exchange. The profits from that go into the Karat Coin Bank. We have a K-phone, a phone that's the world's, are you ready? It's the world's first voice over blockchain phone, fully patented. We own it. You can only get it through Karatbars. I don't know if you can digest that here on this call, but it's absolutely huge. We'll show it to you in a minute. We've also got our own exchange. And Greg, these exchanges don't make millions of dollars. They make billions from transactions. Those profits will go into that Karat Coin Bank. We just talked about the K exchange and the Karat Pay system, payment system, where we can bring it out into the retail sector, usable in the retail sector. Well, all these profits go into that Karat Coin Bank coin. And Greg, the good news is this. Half of it goes into the continuing building of infrastructure of this magnificent thing we're doing. The other half goes into digging more gold out of the ground. So on one hand, we have governments that are continuing to print money. They have no choice now. They cannot get out of it. They have to keep printing, devaluing the currency. On the other hand, we've got a gold-backed asset that is going to continue to value in the days, weeks, months, and years to come. Well,
so what you're telling me is that the more I use the system, the more my coin becomes, more valuable my coin becomes?
the more you use it, the more everybody uses it, because it's an entire ecosystem. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. This is another graphic I created. We'll just skip by that because I just basically explained this. All profits go to the KCB Coin Bank, and we get to partake in that. Who owns all that? We do. Herald Sites and company are all about the people. Getting justice back to the people, getting wealth back to the people, getting gold back into the hands of the people. So Greg, here's the K Merchant. Tell us about it.
Well, here's the interesting thing, guys. Not only did the crypto world desperately need a coin that was backed by a real asset like gold, and what the great thing is, we've got a gold company that's got some history and some legacy behind it, so some stability. But the other thing the crypto world is, and this is not just our KBC coin, this is the Bitcoin and Ethereums, they all need to be able to be used in the retail space. And so when Herald Sites and Tomek came up with this idea of coming up with this point of sale device, this iPad that I can take my phone and I can take it and I buy clothes or hunting gear or gas, the amazing thing about this is they solved one of the most difficult plans or problems in the retail space, is that if I paid with Bitcoin in the morning, let's say $3,000 worth of hunting gear, by the end of the day, that Bitcoin might only be worth $2,500. So there's no way the stores could, in fact, take that as a form of payment. What Karatbars has done is that the second the store owner takes that crypto, Karatbars buys it, and the banking and the financial power that's behind it, they send money to their bank, and that retail store, that hunting store, would get $3,000 Canadian instantly, therefore removing the volatility. And here's the thing, Greg, I'm excited about us using this because I will take our coin from our wallet to buy stuff. But here's what I'm really excited about. All the Bitcoin, the wealth of the Bitcoin in Vancouver or Alberta or Calgary or wherever it happens to be, when the Bitcoin owners find out that we are setting up all these retail outlets of stuff they need that they can use their Bitcoin, the volume that's going to be going through this system is going to be insane. So some of our biggest cheerleaders aren't even Karatbars affiliate.
Huge.
They are the crypto world. And as a result of that, those that are monitoring this understand that it's gold backed, but it's this payment system also incorporated. The who's who in the zoo that are looking at the blockchain projects that financial institutes can get behind, or people can get behind, you know, the next greatest wave of legitimizing crypto, are recognizing what's happening out of Germany, and they're writing about it time after time after time. There was over 100 magazine articles.
Wow.
Or it was like an outrage, may not have been 100, but it was a phenomenal 4 pages of articles.
I saw that, yeah.
Of people, of magazines, both in German and English and all these different nations, that are saying, hey, this is something significant. I think it was the Ether coin. What is that? Ethereum?
Ethereum, yeah.
The people behind Ethereum are saying that their blockchain, as far as recording transactions, have almost maxed out that platform.
I saw that article. Yeah.
Well, they're doing about 3 a minute, and they're maxed out, and they need a solution. Well, this blockchain that's launching here in a couple of weeks, a video Tomek is telling us that it will be able to do 18 million transactions a second.
Yeah.
So what has happened? We've got a coin that's backed by gold that the crypto world was demanding and needed so desperately. We have a point of sale that can make that crypto usable in the retail space, and we have a blockchain that can facilitate it so that it's like credit card speed. And then we have this blockchain that can encrypt your business so that it's private. The magnitude of what's being pulled off in a couple of weeks, guys, is going to be one of the biggest game changers in the payment system and the monetary system globally. And this will be written about, mark my words, this will be written about as one of the milestones, just like the internet, just like when the internet did what it did for information and blockchain did initially. This next step, what we are about to pull off here, is going to have that type of leap forward, and it's going to be written about it. And you just happen to be sitting at the table when this thing is becoming real. So your timing and our timing couldn't be missed.
Fantastic. Well explained, Greg. Thank you. Just brilliant. What an opportunity we have. Well, these list of summaries is on other videos, but it's just basically what Greg just described. I mean, for the merchant, by the way, did we mention no fees? No, like Visa, MasterCard, it's a 2% fee. Man, some of the profit margins in some stores is 6%, Greg, and 2% of that gets taken away. Absolutely fantastic. The other thing, Greg, is if you are one who introduces this to someone, to some business, for the rest of your life or that business life or both, you will partake in a small piece of that transaction. And you're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to see an increase in your wealth by one small effort you made. Now, there's mom and pop shops. Imagine you land a company like Air Canada or you know, EVA Airways or huge.
Well, here's the thing, not to skip over this too quickly, Greg, it's this. For any of you that have been involved in any sort of network or affiliate marketing businesses, the golden ring, the brass ring, the thing we've all been looking for is that residual income. Yeah. This, unlike the elixirs and fixers and lotions and potions that come and go, if you get a store connected and they're getting a system that is driving people to their business, increasing their business, lowering their cost of business, that machine will still operational for years to come. And you will actually end up with what we've all been looking for, which is that true passive income, including these phones. These phones are going to have a data plan. That's going to create a monthly income. And we're now talking about Karatbars stepping into this place to be one of the most powerful residual income sources that the entire network, the professionals, the ones that really have made it large, absolutely demand, and we now can offer to them.
So we don't have to buy juice? We don't have to buy
it's not the question about buying juice. I would buy juice if it was true residual income.
Yeah.
If there was a product out there that people absolutely became like locked onto, so that it was a, you know, that it, you know, I don't care. We all have, or I would say, most of us have tried to find that product to set up with those customers, so it would creating the back end residual. And here's what I think, guys. I think we found it. I think this is it. I think this is the brass ring. I think this truly is going to be, I personally, in this next year, outside of everything else I'm doing with Karatbars, is I'm going to set up 100 businesses from small to large. And I might have to work my way up the food chain. And Greg, I honestly believe, having set up 100 stores with that point of sale, I'll have enough residual income, regardless of the value of my coin. Yeah. And so for the brand new guy coming into Karatbars right now, I honestly see just an incredible opportunity between buying gold and saving in gold, buying crypto on the open market and putting that into your portfolio, and going out there with these phones and with these point of sales and with these ATMs, which we'll get to. There is going to be such a massive surge in our incomes on a residual, ongoing, month-to-month, solid, not going away, not being flaky, not just like another one of those deals. So I think we've got the best of the best.
Tremendous. Well, isn't that a beautiful looking phone? That's called the Karatbars K1 phone, and it's the first in the world, voice over blockchain. And the motto is privacy is the new order. So you may or may not know that your phone calls can be listened to, your camera on your computer, they can watch you. So that's a big part of this. That little chip on the bottom there, that's an encryption key, and you can keep all your data on that. It comes with 3 of these things. And so if you lose your data, you've got another one hidden away, or another 2 hidden away somewhere in your home. So no more losing data and no more stolen data. So this is part of the whole integrated system. Now look, you're in Starbucks and you got one of those unique looking phones in your hands. You think people are going to come up and ask you, what the heck is that? And you're going to say to them, oh, you don't have the new Karatbars K1 voice over blockchain fully encrypted phone? Would you like to know more? So as powerful as this is as a excuse me here.
That's Mr. Seitz calling, saying you're doing a great job.
That's right.
Someone's texting him. I can see on the chat line. I've just let Mr. Seitz know 2 thumbs up.
Blew out my whole system here. What happened? There we are. Okay. So phone, amazing. Benefits, here they are, fully encrypted, security with private keys. You can plug in, it's compatible with iOS and your and Android, decentralized. And look, what else is coming? Not only is it a voice over blockchain, but the next phone, and we don't know if it's going to be a software change or a hardware change or a complete new phone, but we're on the way to satellite as well, where you're going to be able to use this phone anywhere around the world. You think people are going to want this phone, Greg? You're darn.
Well, here's the thing. I walked into a cell phone store because this one's getting pretty beat up, and I was sort of playing with the guy, and I said, hey, I'm looking for a phone that is encrypted, that my conversation is masked, that my business.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm willing to pay almost anything for that. Do you have one available? And he said, nothing's coming down the pike. And so he knows there's a demand. And here's the interesting thing. For the people in the know, Greg, I have a couple of guys that were in the cellular phone telecommunication business. Their prediction, and this is sort of Coke and Pepsi, their prediction is that the telecommunication portion of this play is going to be greater than the goal. And so I'm going, are you serious? They go, it's $1 trillion business. Everyone's aware of it. And there's a ton of people who are in business, I call them the gray hats, that need to have their conversations secure. They don't, like all my real estate guys and all my stock. I have one stockbroker guy that's looking at ordering 7,500 and getting them out there.
Well, I hate to sound like a marketing guru here, but wait, there's more. Here's the new, remember I said, everybody, this is a complete system that Karatbars and Standard Gold Bank has developed. Here is a cash gold dispensing machine. Greg, you can come with your phone. And by the way, I was standing in front of this in Germany, and there's also videos you can watch, but I was standing in front of it. So you come in with your phone, QR code, and it literally spits out gold. I think we've got the video here. Let me just see here. No, we don't. We don't have the video. So if you want a video, just talk to the person who brought you this. But it's so fun seeing somebody, come up, press a few buttons, and it spits out the cash gold, and she picks it up, fans it out, and there's the gold. It's
so as from the marketing standpoint, here's what I see with this, Greg. So I'm going to set up the point of sale for the store. I'm going to set up between 50 and 100. About 5% of the stores, I want to get one of these in there. And the reason I want to get one of these in there is all the affiliates initially that have got all these coins that get tremendous value are going to be taking 5 to 10% out in physical gold. I know I'm going to do that. Harold Seitz has suggested we do that. Now, I ordered out of Germany a whole bunch of gold, and it took about a week and a half to 2 weeks to get to me. No big deal. I was happy with that. But what I'm looking forward to is being able to take my cell phone, go down to that, have the gold already shipped into Canada, sitting there waiting for me. And so when I want it, I go to it and I get it instantly. So it's hugely convenient for me. I don't have to deal with anything. I'm not saying it's difficult to get now. You order it, FedEx come, bada boom, there's a bit of excitement. But for the store owner, now I want you guys thinking this as marketers. Now, if you have a store, think about this as getting one of these yourselves.
Yeah.
That machine will hold about 400 bills of these cash gold, about $10,000 or 10,000 euros worth of cash gold. In my small group, if they were to cash out 5% of the coins they've purchased and turn it to 100 coins for 1 gram of gold, if they were to do that, that machine would have to be reloaded 400 times. Now, Greg, how much does the store owner get in euros every time he reloads it with 10,000 euros worth? What is his commission or his take?
4%.
400 euros.
Yeah.
So you take 400 euros times 400 reloads, that's $160,000. And that's
Euros.
just my euros. That's just my small group here in the greater lower mainland.
Well said. And not to mention that, what are people going to say when they're walking by the sidewalk or driving by the street and that K actually glows, and they're going to look in, they're going, what the heck is that? Well, you're going to get more people coming into your store and also more people coming into your business. So this is, as much as it is a profit center, it's also a fantastic
Where is the
marketing
best
tool.
place to get leads online for your business?
Sorry,
Is it
folks.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram? Well,
Hang on a
if you
sec.
are a small business owner who needs more leads and prospects to talk to, I'm going to tell you here in about 2 minutes.
I don't know.
That sounds interesting.
I use to get well.
Let's listen to that.
I was looking at Eric Worre today, so I think that's what that's about. Great education, by the way, Eric Worre. Okay, so let's get back on track here. That guy was motivated. So let's do that. Okay, so remember the bank I showed you, right? And we walked through how banks are supposed to work. Look what Karatbars has done, all right? So we've got our paper stuff, devaluing paper currency. We turn it into our own gold. We trade it in for our old gold. We put it into their, no, wait, Greg. It's our bank. We put it into our bank. And now we're out on the economy using it, whether it's a crypto or it's cash gold, and we're trading. Yeah, we're still buying cows. And by the way, if you want to turn your crypto back into cash gold again, feel free. Ladies and gentlemen, we have returned to the days of old, except this thing is way faster. And if you're involved, it's a valuing up asset because we are continually putting more and more gold behind this. It's like a marriage made in heaven. It's incredible. It leaves me speechless talking about it sometimes, Greg.
Well, just back up for 1 second, Greg. I just want to say there's a really important thing about that screen. Where it used to be a paper note that you had to carry with you and that you were vulnerable having that either seized or pat down at the bank, the border or wherever you were going, instead of carrying around physical gold or paper money, which you then can be, the shakedown if you wanted to go somewhere, it's now on your phone. What does that mean, Greg? It means that we have currency on the blockchain that you can access through a phone, which means you can put that phone in your pocket, get on a plane, fly somewhere, and you've got your currency with you. And there's no pat down at the TSA.
Every airport terminal I was at in my 11-city Asian tour, Greg, every border, when I went through immigration, I took a picture of, you must declare more than 10,000. You must declare, you must declare. Well, I just walked through with my phone. Just like you said. Those days are done.
And I must declare I'm feeling good.
Good. So what this slide basically is about, it's a metaphor. Greg Soukoreff actually coined this. We've got the Burj Khalifa here, the tallest building in the world. It's got an elevator. It goes up and down real fast, just like the cryptos of this world. But what we're doing, it's like we're putting gold in that elevator shaft. And the price of crypto, Karatbars crypto, can only go down as much as we have the valuation of gold. So people ask me, what's the risk here? And I say, well, the risk is the gold. What do you mean? Well, this is backed by gold.
Well, and the interesting thing of that, we've got news out of Karatbars, Germany, that they're going to be giving us on an ongoing basis how much gold they're actually putting into the vault. We're going to be able to have a running tally of, you know, okay, this month they put X amount of tons in, and there'll be a direct correlation that we'll be able to figure out what is backed by our asset. And once that's established, that's a ceiling that, or a foundation or a ground floor that can't go through. But here's the crazy thing. The profitability of this exchange, as it becomes more mainstream and more users are buying and selling and utilizing it, and those transaction fees are occurring, that end of the coin's value can be open-ended. And once again, for the people that are into this space, although they're definitely excited about the gold as far as security, they see the real positive side as the ceiling value of this being based on the speculation of the profitability of those exchanges. And you and I know of some simple small coin exchanges here in town that became so profitable so quickly, the boys had to move to the Caribbean. Caymans.
Yeah, we have to go visit them.
We do.
Yeah, so what this chart shows is, well, if Bitcoin could go from cents to tens of thousands of dollars backed by nothing, what is a system, a gold-backed system, but also an ecosystem going to do? What's the market going to say about this? So we've got the real asset build plus, you know, the supply-demand equation of this. Well, we think it's just going to go through the roof. We think it's going to go, personal opinions here, we think it's going to go through the roof beyond the value of Bitcoin. So on one hand, we've got a devaluing paper like a roll of toilet paper. And on the other hand, we've got the KCB coin that's currently up for pre-sale. So here's that article you talked about, Greg. Why were we written about in Forbes? Why is it in the top 10 out of 2,000 cryptos? Because it's the best of both worlds. It's the marriage of gold and crypto. Greg, I was just in the Philippines. People are asking me, well, what about the Philippines? Some governments don't like it. Some districts don't. Okay, are you kidding me? Look at these articles. 48 crypto exchanges approved in the Philippines, registered. Philippines building a crypto valley. This article is from AMB Crypto. Do ICOs, everybody, ICO is like IPO. It's another word for pre-sale. And these white papers make all these promises. And this article wrote about that, hey, we actually have kept every single one of our promises. And we're hearing that more and more, Greg, that people are amazed that Karatbars has hit all these timelines, right? Well, let's talk about acquiring the asset. What can you put your wealth into here? Well, we have something called the 1250 euro K1 phone pack. Now, when you divide 1250 by 0.14, because this is on for 14 cents, Greg, 14 cents into 1250, it comes out to 8,928 coins. But right now, in these final countdown days, up until the end of September, you get an 80% bonus of coins. That's another 7,000 coins. Greg, I like the way you put it. That's like going to the bank, putting in your 1,250 euros. You look at your passbook the next day, and it's close to 2,000 euros. Well, that's what's going on here. So you get an 80% bonus. Now, the phone is valued at 1,250 euros. They're giving you the phone. Plus, you're going to see, so there's two sides to this. You can do the product side, get yourself some crypto, get yourself a phone. There's another product coming out as well. I can't tell you what it is. You can just tool yourself up with that, put it in your bank, and let your wealth build. But you can also do the business side of this. And there's four levels to the business side of this, 4 licenses. It's a bronze, it's a silver, it's a gold, and it's a VIP. And they allow you to earn at successively higher levels. So they're also giving you this silver position, Greg. So 16,000 coins for 1,250 euros. That's the first package. Here's the second one, 1,750. The bonus goes up to 90%, except now you're at a gold level in the business side of things, 23,000 coins. Next package, and this one is flying off the shelves, Greg. It's the 25 100 a euro K1 phone pack. This time the bonus is 100%. So you put your 2,500 in the bank, and the next day it shows 5,000 euros. Well, that's what just happened here. And when you understand, folks, that these coins are currently at 14 cents, they're going to go to 40, then a dollar, then $10, then 100. Who knows where else? You do the math what this means. You do the math. And what if it's really conservative? What if it only goes to $1? I doubt that, but still, this is an amazing opportunity. Okay. Here's the last of the K1 packs. Oh, by the way, if you help a friend get one of these, and you don't have to be a salesman, or just say, hey, listen, I'm involved in this gold-backed crypto company. Here's what I did. Here's what I found out. Here's what I saw. You help someone else get a 2,500 euro K1 phone pack, Greg, they give you a 200% seller's bonus, 35,000 KCB coins as your commission, as your thank you.
Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And if you go to the last one, do you have a picture of the 4,000? Because we'll just, yeah.
It's coming. So
okay.
Here's the 4,000 euro K1 phone back deal. Now we're at 121%, excuse me, 120%, total of 62,000 coins. This time you get the top business position and the free phone. Okay, so that's our top K1 phone pack.
Okay, so just one second, just roll back for 1 sec, Greg.
Sure.
Yeah, so here's, I was at the beginning of this, I was talking about a financial miracle and how we all need it and we're all looking for it. And a financial miracle has to qualify. One, that you can't miss it, and two, when you find it, you can participate it. And then I said, so there was 2 strikes. So here's the slow pitch, folks.
Yeah.
Okay? So that you're not misunderstanding. This is if you hit this one, you'll have the story that I didn't miss it. And what is that story? 6,000 Canadian for 60,000 coins. That has, if they repeat what the first coin did, which is not speculation but fact, it went from a penny to 10 cents. If you had 62,000 at $1, that's 60 grand. 6,000 Canadian, 62,000 coins, 60 grand, 1 year. That there, my friends, is the closest thing that you can have to a miracle. And then the second half, Greg, if you want to push that next one, with a commission, and here's how you change your life.
Yeah.
If you help someone get that package, you get 85,000 coins. You're now talking about, and that's free. That's 12,000 euros, almost 15 or 16,000 Canadian of coins given to you free. And here's the miracle, guys. Here's what's available to you. You do that for 10 people. One person who gets 10, or 10 who gets 1, or any combination, you're talking about 850,000 coins. 850,000 coins. And now we've got this offer for a couple of days. And then it's going back down to the 100%. So it may not be quite as great, but it's still available to the end of the month. If you set your mind in helping 10 people get a 2,500 euro package or 4,000 euro package, you'll end up, so we're somewhere between 250,000 and 500,000 coins in your wallet that will absolutely rock your world by this time next year.
Greg, if I said to people on this call, if you connect with 25 people, show them a video, I'll give you $1 million in a briefcase. Would you do it? And they would say, what, just connect with them and show them a video? Make sure they watch the video? Yeah, of course I would. Don't be stupid. Of course I would do that. Well, basically, to get what you just described, that's about what it takes. Those are the numbers. If you connect with 25 people
and show them a way that they can double their asset in 24 hours, and then take a 10 times lift within a year with a track record that's already happened, So this is,
Yeah.
you know, Greg, sometimes I say, you know, a seeing-eye dog with a note in its mouth could do well with this program.
We should try that.
You know, up to take your dog out with a bunch of notes and the business card stapled saying, so you need a miracle, watch this video and call this number.
So everybody, remember that the 200% bonus, seller bonus, and the 300%, it ends on September 15th, Germany time, okay? So if you're in this and you're gonna open this up for people, you have 3 days to get this done, okay? And we're gonna have a little special contest at the end of this too, Greg. So, all right, so let's keep going here. By the way, here's a little comparison of all the packages. You can see that they successively go up in coins the higher you go. Like the increase in value goes up, but it's not a linear thing. It goes up like this. So take a look at that and study it and decide which one you want to do. And the CEM machine is running at 7,900, and you got to buy a pack of the cash gold and stock that machine. Greg, I'm amazed. I won't talk too long about this, but there's a village in BC under 100,000 people, and there's 8 of these things going into that village. Crazy. Okay?
Well, that village is on fire right now. That's why, Greg.
That's why. One of the things I love about Karatbars is they always make allowance for the person who doesn't have a lot of money, or we got currency issues in other nations. Everyone, you can get into this for as little as 150 euros with something called a profit package. You still end up with 1,600 coins, Greg.
Yeah.
That can be a retirement package for somebody in the Philippines, you know?
Yeah.
So here's the success of profit package. They don't come with phones, okay?
Well, here's the interesting thing about this, Greg. Remember that video that we had, or that screenshot we had of Bitcoin?
Yeah.
2008, $1,000 for 10,000 coins. Oh, what's this? That's 750. That's $1,000 Canadian approximately for about 9,000 coins.
Yeah.
So when that screenshot came up and we all were saying, damn, I wish, and I missed it. Yeah. Here it is again, guys. $1,000 for almost 10,000 coins.
You know, I always quote Howard Schultz, who started Starbucks. He said, perhaps if you say you never had a chance, perhaps you never took a chance. But with this, it's not really a chance. Man, this thing is solid. Okay, so we look at these lower end packages, then we get into the K1 phones, and let's pop over. Now there's people on this call who either have wealth or know people who have wealth. So this puppy goes right up to €1 million. So remember we said, Greg, there's going to be millionaires and billionaires.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some of the millionaires are going to come out of not buying, but helping other people buy and getting those bonus coins. Others are going to buy them straight out. Others are going to be in this right here. I had someone in my team spend 150 euros to get a package a month ago. So don't hold back on showing people these profit packages.
And
these
I just
come with larger amounts of gold, by the way, that you can put in the vault and earn a percentage increase in gold, paid in gold every year. Greg?
And I just read today, for the first time in crypto history, outside of a company that owns coins, like a Karatbars or whoever founding members, there was a wallet today that there was a deposit of $1 billion of Bitcoin. It's the first time it's happened to an independent wallet.
Wow.
Outside of, so if you don't think money's going into crypto, there you go. The first deposit on an independent wallet of $1 billion in one transaction.
I read an article today, Greg, something like 70% of millennials want their money in crypto.
When given the choice between real estate, cash, and crypto, 70% of millennials are leaning towards crypto. So we have the older generation who don't know and have to figure it out. There is an oncoming generation. The challenge is, you know, they may not have a lot of wealth, but at least the awareness is coming that's going to support this eventually.
Yeah, good. So look, I appreciate everyone that there are people on this call. Look, just let me get my crypto okay, and put it in my own internal bank account within the Karatbars system. Let me get my K1 phone, and I'll be just happy. But some of you may, you may want to share this with some friends. And for that, you get those coin bonuses. You also get, excuse me, direct commission cash bonuses. So that's for your short-term income. And boy, that's going to come in handy, I'll tell you. So we have, in the compensation side of this, for the business side of this, you can get involved in a small level, or you can get involved in a larger level. So listen, Bitcoin, you missed it. The first run of our KBC coin, you missed it. But everybody, please, don't miss this. If your head is all buzzing around about this presentation, Greg and I completely understand. It takes, you got to watch this a couple times. There's a video you can get that duplicates this presentation. You can watch it a couple times. We're also here to answer questions for you, which we'll do in a minute. So please don't say, oh, I don't know about all this. And don't be cynical. Get your questions answered. And even before you understand this fully, consider getting your free account now. Why? It takes a while to do something called your KYCs. And then there's also other people coming into the system. So there's lots of reasons. And if you, in the end, you decide, no, I don't want to do this, no problem. It's just an account sitting there. But meanwhile, if you are going to do something, you're ready to go. You got your account, you got your KYCs done, and then we help you get your package. Okay? So you want to be really clear and careful. Whoever brought you to this webinar, work with them to do this sign up 100% correct, and also to do your KYCs 100% correct, so there's no delays. And the new KYCs are two things. One, it's your ID, and now your ID has to be taken beside your face. They're so careful here. They don't want any fraud. And then your address, which is where they're going to send you a MasterCard and where they're going to send gold if you order it, has to be 100% correct. It's a bill that goes to your home, like a phone bill or an electric bill or a gas bill. Now, a lot of nations don't have this. So you got to go to the bank, get a printout of your account. You can black out the financial numbers if you want, and then they stamp it and sign it. That becomes your address, okay? So that's how you get going, and then you look at your package, all right? So in a minute, we're going to open up the business side of this in a contest. So we're just going to open this up for a few questions, and then we're going to, if you don't want to do the business side of this, then we'll let you hang up. And then we're going to do something called a 72-hour blitz with a contest attached to it. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's open up the lines and see if anybody has any comments or questions. So what you want to do is just unmute yourself from the bottom left of your screen, I believe it is. Any questions? Any comments?
I see Robin Elliott's on the call. I'd love to hear from
Robin Elliott.
I'd love to hear from you, Robin.
Folks, if you want to succeed in business and life, listen to this man, Robin Elliott. Robin, you're on.
I listen to you guys and learn from you. But I'm just excited. I think we're about to hit the next level, and it's very exciting. And it's coming from all the right areas. I think, Karatbars is now going to hit really a turbo speed, and we're in the right place, and we want to be ready and set up for that. So that all our ducks are in a row, and we want to take advantage of all the offers now, because it's not going to last this good. It doesn't get better than this. It's the best I've seen in 5 years.
Thank you, Robin. Tremendous. Anybody else? Comments or questions?
I have somebody that saw the presentation that you gave the other night, Greg, and he has some questions.
Yes.
And so I thought I'd just put them out there because he wants to listen to the recording of this afterwards.
Go ahead.
So he basically asked, he needs concrete proof. Is there anywhere to go to get concrete proof how secure this is?
What does he mean by secure? Hacking, or viability, stability?
I think
Best.
basically most people just want to make sure they're not going to lose their initial amount. Plus, they just don't want to waste time with something that's not going to go anywhere, and they're tying up their capital, and it winds up being a dud. Yeah,
Renee, we have so many points with this company now that verifies credibility, including actually, even though it's a private company, they've actually released documents. They show people some of their mining, what do you call it? When you look at a mine and you prove the assets, what's that called?
Well, there's
audit.
geological.
We have lots of things like that now. Now, it's still a private company, and some people who have wanted to put more money into this, they've actually flown to Germany. Karatbars is open. They signed an NDA. Karatbars has opened the books, and they've been very satisfied. So we have lots of things that we can say to this person that shows the credibility of Karatbars.
There's also that webpage that Karatbars now has of all the like, quite literally, I think there's at least 50 articles. The first 20 are in German, but there's at least 50 articles in English of other things. The sort of cherry on the cake right now is that Forbes magazine. Forbes is the one that the financial community leans on very heavily to do due diligence. Crypto is a brand new world for all these guys that are in these big investment firms. They have not had the time to do their due diligence. They don't even know how to gauge or to make an assessment. So Forbes is coming out using all their resources, saying for those companies that want to get into the crypto space for their people and bundle these assets together, one of the top 10 was the Karatbars. So I think, quite honestly, an endorsement like that from a third party that is looking in, that has got their credibility on the line, I don't know if you can get better. And then as far as it being a solid, legitimate company, MasterCard would not put its name to something that would in any way, shape, or form be, some Ponzi scheme. And FedEx, we're the largest customer of FedEx in Europe. So I like to use third-party validation, and we have those that can be easily shown.
And okay, we don't need to go on and on about this, Greg. I've also got documents.
It'll be in the back office.
I was just looking for them on the on my, but I've got those documents. They're public now, so we can follow all those. Okay.
One last thing. Can you please remind us all where all those articles are, and are they in the latest news in the back office?
There's new websites being launched. There's the back office, which you should get to know well. They're in different places. So,
the one I was talking about, Renee, was actually a website. We'll have to look in. Sorry, I didn't have that on the tip of my tongue as far as where that is, but we can get that to you.
Great, thank you very much. I just thought it would be helpful for everyone.
Yeah.
We have time for one last question or comment, and then I want to move into this this little contest we want to put on.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who is this?
This is Kevin Nace.
Kevin Nace, where do you live?
I'm on Guam.
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 Wow. Nice to have you on the call.
Thanks. I'm here with my friend Roberto Pitter. I turned my computer, but it's yeah. Every time I touch my computer, something goes wrong with it. Yeah. Okay. So question is, well, can you explain what the VIP biz is?
Yeah. So there's and we didn't go into the compensation plan tonight, and you can find videos on that, or we can do a private session, but there's other ways to earn income in this system. And to earn income with this other ways, you need something called a marketing package or a business license. And there's 4 of them: bronze, silver, gold, and VIP. Well, if you're serious about this business, you're going to get a VIP. That allows you to earn at the highest level. Well, the good news is they're including these licenses, these packages, with when you buy the crypto. So the VIP, the top one, comes with the 2500 K1 phone pack.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
One more. So if you buy the 150 plan, how do you track what you have? Is it through your back office or?
Yeah. You have $1 million website attached to that 150 euro purchase acquisition, and that 150 euros gives you your bronze license and allows you to earn commissions from others and allows you to earn these coin bonuses. So yeah, the 150 gets you going.
And one of the best ways, Kevin, I like tracking my business because I'd never understood the back office or the commissions and all that, is that we've got this prepaid debit card from MasterCard, and some guy in Germany loads it up with a bunch of money every week, and I go to the ATM, and there's usually a $1,000 limit on the ATM that we can take it off. And the way I gauge my success is how many ATMs I've got to go to that morning to drain it. So my standard of how I'm doing is whether I have to hit 1 bank or 5 banks. And it's actually a very—
weight down, is it, Greg? You keep your weight down that way?
Well, no, it's just a very real way of like how much money is on that damn card and how it got there. I'll one day figure out, Kevin, but right now, my biggest challenge is, you know, do I have to go to 3 banks or 4 banks in order to get my commission off it? And I always, you know, Mondays I've always got a smile on my face.
Tremendous. Okay. Well, everybody, so if you want to be involved in something fun and you want to make something happen in a short amount of time. Now, why have we chosen something called the 72-hour blitz? Because these amazing KCB bonuses are on for these higher end packages, the 200% and the 300%. But even if people in your world don't get those higher packages, it's okay. What this does is an opportunity to get the word out about what this is. Now listen, if you're new to this and you're thinking, oh, I can't learn all this. Are you kidding me? My head is spinning right now. Look, there's people who have been working pretty hard to put a video together to explain this, and yours truly has made one. And so all you need to do is we have something called invitation, presentation, 3-way conversation. Invitation, presentation, 3-way conversation. What does that mean? So you call your friend Robin Elliott. Hey, Robin, it's Greg Gary. Hey, we haven't spoken for a long time. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good. Well, look, let me get to the point here. I'm calling you for a reason, Robin. I'm involved in an amazing gold company, and I have a video that I want you to watch. You must watch it. Would you please watch it? It's 19 minutes long. When can you watch it?
I'll watch it tonight.
Okay, that's great, Robin. And by the way, if they say, "Well, what is this?" or "Is this what?" Just say, "Please watch the video." Yeah. Well, how long have you been? Please watch the video. Are you making any money? Please watch the video. Don't get hooked. As soon as you get hooked, it's done. It's over. Okay. The video says it all. The video gets them to the second base where they need to get. So what you do, you say, okay, I'm going to send you the video. You're watching at 9 o'clock. Fantastic. I'm going to call you at 9:30. Okay. So the video is the presentation. You made the invitation. The video is the presentation. And then you call them at 9:30. Hey, Robin, it's Greg. Did you watch the video?
No, I didn't get a chance. Actually, a dog bit my wife.
No problem, Robin. When can you watch it, you little... No, sorry. When can you watch it? Can you watch it now?
I'll be able to watch it tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
No problem. No problem. We're all busy. Hey, I'm going to call you at 10:30, okay? And I'll have my friend on the line, and we'll get your questions answered. Robin, listen, we'll get your questions answered. And if you don't want to go any more on this, no problem. But if you want to go further with more questions and you want to get involved, then we'll move on. Does that sound fair?
That's great. I'll look forward to that, Greg.
So what did I do? I gave them a way out because people don't want to be cornered and they don't want to be scammed, right? So this is the only thing we need to do. And this is how I got started. I didn't know how to do this thing. I'm a teacher, motivational speaker guy, not doing this kind of business. So I just did that. And next thing you know, my team exploded. Okay. So then I called Robin the next day. Robin, did you watch the video?
Yeah, I did.
Hey, fantastic. I got my friend Kevin on the line here from Guam. And I just want to introduce you to, hey, Kevin, I've known Robin for 5 years. He's really smart on the business field. I actually had him come and speak in one of my business classes downtown one day. You remember that, Robin? Long time ago. Anyways, so Robin, Kevin knows what's going on. He's been involved for a number of years already. I'm just going to let him answer your questions. So, gentlemen, be introduced. And what do I do? Shut up.
Hey, Robin, I'm Kevin. How are you doing?
Great.
Okay. So you guys have the conversation, and I'm out. And that's called part of the third-party credibility system. The video was one, and now my friend, my upline, my team player, Kevin, is the other. And then Kevin's just going to lead him to, do you want to see more, Robin? Do you want to get a free account? And that's it. That's how we do this. Now, do you think you could learn that?
And the good thing about that, Greg, is as not only is a person thinking, should I do this? They're thinking, can I do this? And by doing it that way, when it comes time and they say, well, I'm not sure, I'm excited, but I don't know if I could do it. I then just flipped the script and I said, well, what did Greg say you get to watch the video? He said, well, watch the video. And then what did he do after you watched the video? Got on a short call for 30 seconds to introduce to someone that did all the talking. I said, so if you had the script of what Greg did, is watch a video, talk to this guy who can answer your questions, and that was it. So the person's thinking, well, if that's what he did, I can do that. And then that becomes duplicatable because it's something easy enough that you can become an expert, not because you're an expert, but because you can use an expert.
Yeah. So look, you guys, it's not the smartest guy that becomes, not the most intelligent guy that becomes wealthy or succeeds wildly. It's the smartest guy. Well, how do you be smart? Just do this. Just do this. It's your great opportunity, as Mike Maloney says. So here's the contest if you want to partake, okay? Whoops. So you have to have reached 25 people, okay? You got to have reached them. All right. You got to send me your list of the 25. Now, I would make a list of more than 25. I did 100, by the way. And the top leaders in this company did 100. And the guy that coached me, his name was Dan Boomer. He did 100. So send me your list by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and that's your start time. Okay, you can start now if you want. There's my email. Okay, and here's how it goes. The first place in the next 72 hours. So what's tonight? This is Wednesday night, right? So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So this thing closes. It shuts down in Germany, 3 p.m. on Saturday. Okay. So by 3 p.m. Saturday, send me the amount of volume you did. So if somebody bought a 4K, that's a 4K in volume. Okay. And just take a picture of it so you can prove it and send me the email on Saturday. And the first prize is going to be the Cash Gold multi-pack. Okay. So it's a package. It's beautiful. You open it up. It's wow. It's got the 1/10, the 2/10, the 4/10, and the 6/10. Okay. So we'll get that sent to you. Okay. Now I put here, Robin, open to all under the Greg Soukoreff team, but you're up above Greg, right?
Yep.
So yeah, whoever's on this call, you're in. We'll just be generous. Okay. So any questions on the contest, or I just threw this together at the last minute. So any comments, how to improve it, I'm open, but let's do this thing. I'm in, and let's have fun. Okay. Any comments, questions?
I got one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, it's Ann Preston. Look out. She's going to go for it, folks. I'll warn you right now.
What's up?
Who all have I got available for three-way calls? I'm in Mexico.
Okay, so
WhatsApp
there
or
it is,
Zoom.
folks. Part of the three-way call system is you got to go to the people above you who are already involved and and ask. So Ann, I'll make myself available for you. Greg?
Yeah, I'm always available.
Robin?
Oh yeah.
Are you WhatsApp or do you use WhatsApp? I just looked and I couldn't find you on WhatsApp.
I'm on WhatsApp. My number, can I give you the number?
Sorry?
Sorry,
Robin?
We'll let you and Robin figure that out privately, Ann.
Okay.
Can you do three-way on WhatsApp?
You know what? Probably. I don't know. I've never tried it.
Yeah, I don't know if three-way is available on WhatsApp.
Okay, so it'd have to be a Zoom.
Well,
yeah, a Zoom call is good.
You guys, yeah. By the way, everybody, a Zoom call is a great way to do a three-way. We just started off, we just used the phone. That still works, but Zoom calls are great, okay? All right, other questions, comments? But by the way, how about...
Thanks, Robin.
Who's in? Who's in for this contest?
Running hard. Absolutely.
Hands in. Maybe just raise your hand or let's see. You know, there's a little text box that you can activate.
It says chat.
It says chat. Yeah, thank you, Greg.
Yeah, we've been going back and forth at the whole program. Once you've got the recording, Greg, you'll be able to see the chat. We've had Greg Douglas and Robin and there's a whole bunch of people have been going back and forth on it.
How many people are in for the contest, Greg, from the chat line? How many have said they're in?
If we'll just get them to type me or something. So we're starting to pop up here, Phil and Ann and myself and.
Hey guys, it's Joanne here. I have a question. Can it be does it have to be new downline, new affiliates, or can it be reach out to old ones?
Any volume, anywhere.
Anywhere. Okay, great. Thanks.
Okay. This is Kevin again. Hey, so the 25 people, get you the list by 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Pacific Standard Time?
Pacific Standard Time, yeah. You got to figure that out, Kevin.
It's tomorrow, right?
Yeah, you've got, it's, what time?
We've got about 12 hours, maybe a little bit more.
It's coming up on 9 p.m. here.
Okay.
You figure that out. Okay?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
And the reason I asked for that 25 people, that's your entry fee. That gets you moving. I just know people. If you don't write out your 25 people, it won't happen. I just know if you do it this way. By the way, feel free to send 50, okay? And you don't have to tell me their full name either. You can say Bob S, okay? Just relying on your honesty, yeah?
So it can be your downline's downline. Like I can call a downline and then work through their people.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
Thanks.
Okay. So how many ins do we have, Greg?
2, 3, 4. We got 3 or 4 right now.
Okay. Well,
all right.
I'll be looking for those lists of 25 people, and we'll keep a tally going.
Do you have your email that you can put out there, Greg? Just make sure everyone's got it.
It's right here. Whoops. It was right.
It was on that list.
It's right in the middle of the instructions. Okay. And if you want some training on how to do these 3-way calls, you can call Greg or myself or Robin Elliott. All right. So let's make this fun.
Sounds good, buddy.
Okay.
All right, guys. Thank you for all joining us. We're going to have probably on the 16th. Well, we're going to have towards the end of the week, this Saturday, we'll have another call, but or next Wednesday. But we're going to be conveying all that information coming out of Stuttgart, bundling it up into a game plan. But let's run hard with this.
Yeah.
And and we'll see you in a week.
I just want to reiterate what Greg said. Folks, we're going to have, by next Wednesday, all the updated information about what happened in Europe at the big conference and the new announcements.
Yeah.
You'll want to be on this call, and you'll want to bring your friends on this call and your business team on this call, okay?
Well, the thing about that call, Greg, is Karatbars 4.0. It's going to be a reset, and it's also going to be the launch of probably one of the most powerful businesses. And I have the expectation that Karatbars 4.0 is going to have such a new and fresh look that we're going to be shocked.
Amen.
Based on what the people were saying coming out of Europe, out of Stuttgart. We need to be on this call to reset our futures.
All right. Okay, everybody. Good night to you all. Thanks for being on the call. God bless you, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Greg.